Recently, I asked myself a question. Could one simple guitar loop become 3 completely different songs? This loop became this. And this. And this. Three completely different directions. Same guitar loop, same recording. So what happened? I think a lot of people approach creating music backwards. The first question they ask is, what genre should this be? But before I pick up my guitar or start arranging songs and sounds in Logic, or even writing a prompt in Suno, I try to answer a different question. What is the emotional world of this music? Because every musical idea contains more than one possibility. The trick is deciding which one that you want to explore. So this was the original loop. Nothing fancy, just a simple guitar idea from my chill indie guitar pack. By itself, it doesn't tell me what the finished song should be. It simply suggests a direction. And that's what I love about starting with simple ideas. They leave room for the imagination. So the first direction that I explored eventually became one of my favorite tracks on my new album, Between the Blue. And so this didn't start off as a prompt or AI. This started off with me playing my guitar, noodling around with ideas. When I listened back to this loop, I wasn't thinking about genres or style tags. I was imagining a mood, a feeling. I was imagining something cinematic, images of a city at night or reflections on wet pavement, something soulful, a little mysterious, maybe even a little dangerous. Once I had that picture in my head, I started building toward it. The original loop already had a groove, so I used that as the foundation. From there, I started expanding the world around it, layering spacious ambient guitars that float above the rhythm, trumpet melodies that feel almost conversational, little atmospheric details that pull you deeper into the song. Now, the soulful vocal samples came about on a whim. I was wondering what would happen if I took the stem from a song I had worked on previously called Blood in the Water. It's from a recent video I did. It's a more of a trip-hop inspired track. I used a sample from that here in a different way, and it worked. And so that became the title of the track, Blood in the Water Reprise, and it's a total inspiration for me. What I love about the track is how naturally all of my influences found their way into the same place. The song has groove and soul, but it also has this sense of space and atmosphere that I've always been drawn to. In a lot of ways, it feels like all of the music living inside my head finally found a way to coexist in a single track. And none of that was planned from the beginning. It happened because I kept following the feeling and my intuition and trusting my instincts about where the song wanted to go. It happened because I kept following the feeling. The more the song revealed its identity, the more obvious the next creative decision became. But that wasn't the only possibility hiding inside the loop. I wanted to see how far I could push it with Suno. And I asked myself, what if the music belonged to somewhere else entirely? Instead of a rainy city at midnight, what if it lived under a wide open sky? Suddenly, the same guitar pattern started suggesting something completely different. Big spaces, long horizons. So now the arrangement wanted bigger drums, wider guitars, more of a cinematic sense of scale. The emotional world changed, and so the musical decisions did too. And then I tried one more direction. This time I imagined something much smaller, a bedroom at midnight, headphones on, rain tapping against the window, the kind of song you discover alone and quietly fall in love with. Same guitar loop, completely different emotional world. This one was more about warm Rhodes piano, dusty drums. And on this, I decided to add some vocals. Everything becomes more intimate and personal. So what fascinates me about this process is that none of these versions are wrong. They're simply different interpretations of the same initial idea. And that's actually very similar to how I approach the songs on my album. Every track started with something I created first. Sometimes it was a guitar riff, sometimes it was a melody, a melodic line, sometimes a rough vocal idea recorded rather poorly into my iPhone. The bass lines often started with me programming them in Logic. Most of the drum grooves began the same way. And then I would use Suno as part of the creative process to explore possibilities or discover new textures and develop the arrangement. What interested me wasn't handing the creativity over to the AI. It was collaborating with it, bending it to my will. The guitar parts, the melodies, the drum grooves, the chord progressions, they're all mine. What fascinated me was seeing how far an idea could evolve once I started exploring all of the possibilities hidden inside. And sometimes the most important creative decision isn't choosing a genre, it's discovering the world the music belongs in. I'd love to know what version you connected with most. The rainy Midnight City and Blood in the Water, or the wide open cinematic version, or the more intimate bedroom lo-fi version. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for hanging with me. If you like this video, I have more like this coming. I also have prompt packs for sale in my shop to help you get started using Suno. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. Until next time, stay in the flow.